Hello! Today we are going to be doing a scenario we are going to take one Kerbin, probably Jebediah, down to the moon, then bring him back up, dock, and then return safely to Kerbin. So let's make the transfer, decouple the node, control from here. We're already controlling from here. Okay, I don't like how the staging's set up, but that's okay. Activate the engine. We have monopropellant but no thrusters, which I find strange. So let's burn this direction just to get away, and burn retrograde. We may as well go to surface mode now and put down our landing gear. There, we are now suborbital. So, assuming we do it correctly, we should be able to get to the surface of the moon pretty easily. We have a lot of fuel here. We may need to jettison these extra tanks on their way back up. I can't say for sure. Honestly, I don't think we will, but once we get into orbit, however, because we don't have any RCS thrusters, we will try to establish an orbit and then switch to the other vessel and use that to dock with this ship. Which I've called Jeb's Lander. I do not understand this time up here. We just started now, not 1 day and 2 hours ago. We are racing with Tim, and if he has the same time here when he started, then we'll be fine. Otherwise, it'll be impossible to know who did the race, who did the mission quicker without doing a little math, which I guess we could do. Okay, let's time accelerate a bit. We also have no lights on this lander, which it seems like the kind of lander I would design, not the kind that the developers would design for a scenario. I wouldn't expect them to forget the lights. I always do. Okay, let's get a little more thrust here. We are coming in pretty quickly. crashing is one of the last things I want to do here. Alright, this is going to be quite a steep hill, but seem to have what it takes. Okay. Oh, couldn't quite brace the fall as much as I would have liked. And now we get to roll. Oops! We're going to plant a flag! Get back on board and head home. Hey, look, lights. We have sunlight. A little bit. Okay. So, yes, we will be jettisoning these fuel tanks. I don't know if this was done intentionally or not, this land gear not being symmetrical. I also could have used a ladder, but I didn't. That's alright. Unfortunately, the resolution on my screen is cutting off at the bottom here. Okay. Now is a good time as any to make the switch. Set the lander as our target. Bob and Bill. Let's call it the Munar Espresso. There. So we are going to warp ahead to just before the rendezvous point. I know, it's rendezvous. I get it. Boy, I really hope this microphone is working well. I'll tell you what though, it's closer to my dog than me. If she's been snoring this whole time, that would be hilarious. Are you snoring? I don't think she's snoring. Unfortunately. Okay. Let's aim a retrograde for our target mode. And let's fix some of this staging. Okay, so we are encountering at 0.7 kilometers. So this is the Poodle. So this has 250 kilonewtons of thrust when I have full throttle enabled, which means I'm gonna cut this 78 meters per second velocity down rather quickly. So I'm going to wait until we are quite close. We should probably activate the engine. Okay. And now we can slowly, we can approach at a reasonable speed. Okay, so the plan is to... We don't even need a dock, really. We could just have jet EVA over. But I'll just dock. That's not a problem. I mean, I guess it would slow me down a little bit. Do we have light on this? Any lights? No? Okay. So we can transfer Jeb over, we can transfer all of this fuel over, or as much as possible. I'm intrigued to see what happens. No, I don't have the option to jettison this like I did earlier. That's alright. I don't need it. I was just curious to see what that would do. Alright, so let us burn prograde if we can aim prograde and head back to Kerbin. We're going to aim for a periapsis of 25 kilometers. If we do 40, we will have to make several go-arounds, and I don't want to do that. Alright. The Munar Espresso. Lots of energy, lots of caffeine. And camera angles that are hard to control. Okay. Now I'm going to set these parachutes I think 1,000 meters should be safe. That should be fine. Okay, we do not have any heat shield. That we won't need one. We don't really need to burn this fuel, but we may as well. And I like to spin because it's fun. There goes the solar panels. We do want to aim retrograde to ensure our parachutes are not exposed to excessive re-entry heating, because if they burn up, then it is mission fail. Nobody likes failing missions. Okay, you're going slow enough that we can decouple. are semi-deployed. We really don't need SAS. You could probably turn it off when the re-entry heating ends. Maybe earlier than that even. Probably. I mean, the command module will eventually align itself with the retrograde marker. Okay. Oh yeah, that was very quick. We could have had these deploy at probably 300 meters and still have been safe. This time here is completely wrong. I know it didn't take like 22 minutes to get back to Kerbin from the moon. That's it was not nearly that quick. But so yeah, you can definitely be a lot more aggressive than I was, but that's I don't know. I mean, that's a good way to do it. Probably as aggressive as I would feel comfortable being, while also being safe. Definitely transferring Jebediah over would be quicker. Although that dock maneuver did go quite. It went pretty quick. Okay, well, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, which is where you are watching it now. So I didn't need to say that. But, oh well. Stay classy.